Good morning, friends. Today, yet I'm back with one of the new interesting topic. I think which was due from very long time. It was pending from lot many. I think days. I think I have although covered all the other planets you can see in the thumbnail. Today, I'll be discussing retrograde Mercury. Okay, I have discussed all the other retrograde planet to understand in the original chart what is the past backdrop, why you have got a retrograde planet, what kind of karma you might have practiced in the previous lifetime for which you might have got this kind of planet, and how to see a retrograde planet in a birth chart in the original placement. Based on that, you have to determine whether that planet is permanently good or bad. For that, I have made a video to understand planets through its core foundation at the time of placement. You have to see its placement in nakshatras. For understanding nakshatra, I have made a specific excellent video called Navtara Chakra Paddhati, and nakshatras are the foundation of a sign. So anybody looking this video for the first time, I request them to have a better understanding of retrograde or other planet of the foundation of a planet, whether it's placed permanently in a good nakshatra or a bad nakshatra throughout the life, whether things you can edit or not. So I think come back to the main topic today, retrograde Mercury. Before we go and understand retrograde Mercury, let's understand the significance, the character, the portfolio basically Mercury handles in the birth chart. In the natural zodiac belt, Mercury owns the third house lordship and sixth house lordship. Third house is your younger siblings, especially sisters. Sixth house is your work, job, day to day routine life, your fitness, your loans, your competitions, your logic, your reason, your confrontation in the practical life. In simple sense, you can say Gemini sign is the school college time. Okay, Gemini sign is a teenage life. I think school college time, your learning phase, you are in the theory world. Okay, Virgo is the practical application of that, and during in that process you gain lot of experience. I don't say Mercury is a planet of wisdom, but it's a student by nature throughout the life. We all are student at a certain level based on our soul's karma. Okay, so Mercury is our learning capacity, our communication, our common sense, our presence of mind, okay, our memory. Like moon is your thought process, imagination. Within the thought process, imagination, what you bring into the behavior, in the action, in the presentation, that is Mercury, a kind of a memory drive which has a limited capacity to feed a limited information, and that information can be right and wrong, and based on that when you present, communicate, speak, behave, basically is known basically as a Mercury traits. Okay, so Mercury is your all kind of aunts. Mercury is your younger siblings. I think mostly sisters, your cousins can be seen through that. Mercury is controlling your skin, marketing abilities, presentation abilities, singing capability, writing capabilities. Mercury by nature is a businessman. It's like a teenage life of mentality planet. It always looks for something new, adventure in all this. Mercury is also mental sports and everything. Okay, singing, playing, up to somewhere dancing is also coming under the domain of Mercury. Various kind of skill set, learning abilities, and all these things. Okay, so Mercury is basically the communication in all those things. Nowadays, the social media, the term influencer is very much, I think, derived from the word Mercury. So, in which houses, as per the natural zodiac belt, Mercury has a upper hand, a command in that area where it has a role. Like first house, it is the ability to learn very quick and fast. Like anybody rising in the early morning in the Brahma Muhurat between 3:30 a.m. morning to 5:30 before sunrise, that time basically whenever let's say Mercury is in the first house, that is the auspicious time for anybody to learn, read, memorize, understand anything. That's the first house. Mercury gets directional strength. Mercury is very good for in that way. It's your command center, Agya Chakra. Okay, that house, Mercury has a good role. In the second house, speech, speaking abilities, oratory skills, okay, wealth acquisition, money making abilities, food and all those skill set and everything, household and everything. Then third house is basically the environment around you. Throughout the life, we all have a specific kind of environment based on our past life prarabdha. We are surrounded by a specific kind of environment, climate, hot, cold, rainy, dry. Mercury is a karka of seasons also, climates, अलग अलग seasons and all those things. Okay, Mercury is short journeys, Mercury is younger siblings, Mercury is communication skills, it's your common sense, it's your presentation, it's your marketing ability. Okay, so these are some domains which are connected with the third house. In the fourth house basically is very good focus on education. Okay, good focus for any deep studies or anything. And fifth house is your creativity, creative ability to do something unique things, unique desire to become a successful businessman. Mercury in the fifth house is an excellent placement. It's the Punya house, genetic family house. Okay, your grandfather's house. So Mercury basically is very excellent in fifth house also, creativity and all those things. In the natural zodiac belt, Leo sign comes here. And in the sixth house, basically, it's the practical. We see the day-to-day routine life, fitness, competitions, all the competitive exams, or any kind of sports, diseases, conflict, litigation. Mercury is discussion, argument, debate. Okay, so all these things are basically seen by the sixth. And finally, in the seventh house, Mercury is a businessman. Public relationship, how to be a diplomatic, how to make sure you deal with everything. But Mercury, with context to marriage and relationship, is not a very matured planet. Mercury gets bored with somebody, something very quickly. So lack of commitment, lack of maturity. Mercury, no doubt, may be very great in lot many ways, but Mercury is not a very matured man like Jupiter, Saturn, Sun. Okay, you cannot put Mercury completely responsible for something. It's like a subordinate nature planet by nature. It's a student throughout the life. Those who have a very Mercury dominated personality, they will always try to run away from taking the charge of something. I'll not say that all Mercury people will be like that, but basically Mercury is always trying to find a escape door, always not trying to take the complete responsibility. It finds it very difficult. Why? Mercury is a student, means a student has a lot of doubts, and that due to that reason you can say Mercury is a planet of shouting, screaming, yelling, or harsh speaking, everything, because it's just tongue communication and all those things. Mercury can speak lies also. It's by nature a selfish planet, and just because it's a teenage mentality planet, lacks the wisdom which Jupiter, Saturn, Sun has, and due to that reason it can speak lies, gets have a fear, phobia, and can be very diplomatic in everything. Okay, so that is the reason Mercury by nature has a doubtful nature in its personality. Whether a good Mercury, bad Mercury lacks something called confidence somewhere in the back end, and within that areas of the Mercury, we need to understand that what does Mercury retrograde mean in a chart. Look, Mercury retrograde can resemble the good karma you might have done in the past life or in the bad karma. You might have spoken lies which might have caused immense financial problem to somebody, relationship breaking. You might have been very jealous of somebody, might have done some very bad karma, destroyed somebody's family life, somebody's relationship. You might have lied a lot of things as a businessman, as a politician, as a child, as a brother, as a sister, as a husband, as a wife. You might have lied, you might have betrayed somebody, you might have taken advantage of somebody. Mercury is also a broker kind of planet, taking advantage of somebody. Is very good. I think Mercury is very quick, judgmental by nature planet. It lacks one thing called far-sightedness. Mercury sometimes doing, speaking, writing, doing something, does not think about a very long-term consequence of something. Why I am saying this? If you want to understand that, it's like a childish mentality planet. No matter, okay, because Pisces is the sign where Mercury even has a great nakshatra called Revati, but Pisces sign does not speak too much. It is the sign, you can say, the whole universe, the whole encyclopedia. the whole ocean, infinite zone, limitless zone. Pisces is surrender, unconditional faith. These are the areas Mercury is not meant for by nature. By nature, it's not like that planet. So, whenever Mercury is in the Pisces, it is in a great trouble. It has to stay silent, shut, and silently learn a completely dependent situation. In the prison, in the cage, pirate in the kitchen. Keep on shouting, keep on yelling, but nobody cares. That's the invisible zone. It's a God's courtroom. You can say prison, a courtroom, a different country, a different unknown location. Somewhere you find it very big, very large, like ocean. How deep? You cannot drink the whole ocean in one lifetime. So that can make you scared, cry, and sometimes you may meet some bad fate in that way. So what Mercury needs to understand by this way, these are the some backdrop things. Mercury retrograde can be good and bad, but these are some features I have told you that. So distorting facts, bad treatment, bad behavior, you have to without thinking of the consequences of something. So this way you can understand some of the things. Basically, you can understand that these are the some areas where Mercury might have done bad things. Okay, trying to erase the history of somebody, trying to change the facts and figure, becoming a businessman, trying to manipulate people's, controlling information. Like lot of politicians, lot of countries head basically do not allow you to have access of certain knowledge, information. Like we say a lot of things about democracy, freedom of speech, but sometimes Mercury by nature is a very, I would like to say, a planet which looks about its own interest. There's a country in the world which preaches everybody human rights, freedom of speech, but their media does not allow us to speak the second side version of the world. They have controlled the world, made the world a colony. Their media is completely around all aware. They have a military all around. When they speak about something, their voice has been shut down. It's freedom, violation of freedom of speech. They have right to speak everything. What they say is the gospel truth, but rest other cannot say that. Whenever you come across that side of mentality behavior, it shows that you are a very immature, insecure person. You might have done such kind of karma that results in a retrograde Mercury. From many lifetime, many generations, you are not trying to address the problem. Your life gets stuck at a certain point. This is something on the global level I am saying. As in the similar way, you might have been the some similar kind of a person. That can be in country, that can be in institution or something like that. So in that way, you need to understand. Now, for all ascendant, Mercury may be a good house lord or bad house lord, but you must know that for which sign Mercury retrograde can be very big problematic. Virgo is the Mool Trikon sign up to some way matured sign of a Mercury. I would like to say here it's Mercury in the practical ground, verifying the information knowledge which is given, which can be wrong and right also. Even the Virgo Mercury people can get fooled. Okay, Virgo Mercury cannot be called wise people. No. So wisdom is not complete until unless Jupiter, Saturn, or Sun supports the same Mercury. They are the planet of wisdom. Sun, Saturn, and Jupiter. Up to some extent, Ketu holds a lot of wisdom, but Ketu is a God's will. Will let you know whether you are destined to have that access of knowledge, wisdom, or not. So Ketu is merely like a tapasya, completely bending down. The Rishi Muni used to do. And where Pisces sign, basically, Ketu is very comfortable, Rahu is comfortable in Virgo. Questioning, doing manipulation and all those things. So Rahu basically gets exalted in the Mercury sign. Why? You can manipulate a teenage life children, a youthful people who have only gone through a theory, listened to like social media and everything. They can be controlled via that. But when you come to the practical world and you confront a lot of situation, you come to know that whatever we studied in the school, college, videos, they are not the fact. You have a different experience. That's why I said, keep everybody's experience in your life. Try to listen. Be a good listener before you speak. That is something I have learned from, I think, my gurus. So this way we have understood in that way. Then today I'll bring the Navtara Chakra Paddhati basically here. If you are born in any XYZ ascendant, first of all you need to see retrograde Mercury should always be seen by its placement through the birth ascendant nakshatra, not by the moon placed nakshatra. Why? Mercury retrograde means physically unfinished chapter or manhandled area which you might have done, but whether it's a good or bad, to this I think verdict you will come to know whether Mercury is placed as a foundation in a good position or a bad position. Now, if you are born in any of the XYZ nakshatra of any planet, let's say your birth ascendant is falling at a certain degree, and that degree will be governed by certain nakshatra will be there. Any of the nakshatra which will be from Ketu's nakshatra to Mercury's nakshatra. There's a Navtara Chakra video I have made to that, you can understand that. So look at the birth ascendant nakshatra. From the birth ascendant nakshatra, you have to count the 3, 12, 21. These are the 3 bad nakshatra. At the time of your birth, from your birth ascendant nakshatra, you have to start counting from that nakshatra will be nakshatra number 1, the next nakshatra, then 3rd, 12th, 21. These are called as a Vipattara. If Mercury is sitting in the 3rd, 12th or 21, that means your crime level or bad karma level was, I think, there. Your communication, your speaking, your behavior, your actions were not appropriate. You might have been very abusive in the past life. You might have spoken lies in the past life. You might have been done some behavior kind of a thing without knowing the complete thing, and drawn a perception in your mind and were behaving. You have destroyed the environment, climate around you. So Vipattara is basically not that bad level of karma, but this shows that throughout the life you might have create hurdles in somebody's life out of jealousy or something like that. So 3rd nakshatra Vipattara means, Vipatti means obstacles. So those who have a Mercury retrograde in the 3rd, 12th, 21st nakshatra, this is the Vipattara cycle, means in this life you throughout the life will face hurdle, challenges, problem to face. Okay, and you have to be very good listener, observer, rather than speaking, doing argument. You have to keep lot of peoples. In order to, you might go to lot many astrologers, you may go to lot many schools, and some people gets tired and fed up. But when you have a Mercury retrograde, you cannot say that I am tired, I am fed up, because your destiny is not in that way. Whether you like it, whether you hate it, whether your money gets wasted, whether your time, because you have no idea in the past lifetime how much money, how much energy, how much hard work somebody might have done. You might have wasted the lives of lot many people. But Vipattara is basically the lowest frame of crime, basically in the Navtara Chakra Paddhati, that can get, I think, cured by the age of 32nd or something like that. Mercury gets matured by the age of 30. So after the age of 32, you can at some point of time see some relief in that area. But that hurdles, blockage will always come. All the Mercury related areas will come. The significator zone of Mercury, and in your ascendant, you need to see in which house Mercury gets a retrograde. That 3rd, 12th, 21st nakshatra is falling in which house. That house relationship, that house matter will always face the challenge in that area. And you have to see that Vipattara Lord is the natural karka of which house, and in your birth chart it is the Lord of which house. Those areas will face constant throughout the challenges in your life, but that does not mean that you will not learn, you will not grow. In order, you will pay back your karmic debts by suffering, facing trouble in that way. And by the end of 32, mostly if that other planets are well, you will come out of that troubling zone. But some challenges will be throughout the life. That is called the Vipattara energy. Then you have the 5th, 14th and 23rd nakshatra from your birth ascendant nakshatra. These are called Pratikul nakshatra, adverse. Especially in the 5th, 14th and 23rd nakshatra. The 23rd nakshatra is a very dangerous nakshatra. That may be somewhere falling between the 10th house or 11th house in your birth chart. It shows that you were in the position of a power, authority. You might have been a big brand, you might have been a government official, authority. You are part of a system or ecosystem, a part of a corporate organization, something. You are holding a very superior, powerful position where you can influence a lot of things, like a president of a country, like an army chief of a country. And through your actions, through your behavior, you have destroyed lot many people. lot many people. You can say the kind of a person like Rudolf Hitler was. He killed lot many. He gave such kind of command speeches which destroyed the life of lot many people, created war, capturing power or something like that. You destroyed lot many people through your you basically provoked lot of people to do lot of things. Let's say you can be a media institution, you can be education institution, you can be a government institution, you can be a business organization, a group of people or somewhere. 23rd nakshatra mostly falls in the 10th house or 11th house zone. 10th house is like a government and 11th house is like a multinational organization or a group of people. Let's say politicians, corporate houses, corporate lobbies. Okay, like there are lot of corporate lobbies. Basically, first of all they make computers, then see how to make my business more expand. Now let's create virus in the system and spread it everywhere. Once the virus are affected by computer, then make antivirus and sell it. So this is constant creation of negative things to make sure your business runs. There are some countries which makes weapons. If you want to make weapons, you make it sure that all throughout the year war must happen everywhere. There should be no peace in the world. So keep on make the world on the firing. Lot of wars are happening artificially, creating war for unnecessary. Use the term democracy in danger, freedom of expression, and all those things. Keep this up. Lot of things up. There are a lot of countries who are into this activity. You can relate as a common man. Might be looking from any part of the world. Now, if you have created war, the weapons will be required. Once the weapon is used, the war is finished, then you will fund a lot of, I think, restructure, remodification the country. So your countries will make money in lot many throughs, war lobby and all those lobby. So that kind of activity you can see to make sure your position remains as a superpower in the world. So 10th Mercury in the 23rd nakshatra or somewhere in the 10th house, 11th house, you may be either a government kind of a person, authority, power, and a politician as a businessman, or like a corporate houses or a group of people or group of families, influential peoples. So 23rd nakshatra in a ordinary people chart, you can say that I am not saying that you might have done the same kind of thing, but you were either a part of that system because 10th house is government system structure, organized way of doing something. So your crime levels are not in as an individual, but you were part of a crime system or something like that. So that is where the 23rd nakshatra is the most dangerous nakshatra for not only retrograde Mercury but any planet. Those who have seen my all other videos, I have emphasized on that. Any planet retrograde in the 23rd nakshatra from the birth ascendant is a permanent evil in your life. Whether it's your ascendant lord, whether second lord, for whatever. And somewhere basically you have to face the heat of that area. So that way, this was the 5, 14, 23 among, this was the Pratikul nakshatra. In this, the 23rd nakshatra is very bad, especially. Then the third and last set of nakshatra which are basically bad from the birth ascendant nakshatra are 7th, 16th and 25th. 7th is even called Vattara, death. But that does not mean simply the death of a life or finishing lifespan of somebody by murder or something. Death may be lot. You killed somebody's reputation. Okay, you killed somebody's hard work. You literally physically killed somebody. You wiped the history of a civilization. You did lot of things. There are lot of various kind of things. You killed somebody's emotion. They died. They suicide. You destroyed somebody's reputation. So death may be in a very different way. So 7, 16 and 25. 7th nakshatra might fall somewhere between the 3rd and 4th house. That is within your own family. You did something to your siblings or your mother, family, somebody for the sake of property or something to have control, access of comfort, luxury and all those things. But 16th nakshatra will fall somewhere between the 7th house and 8th house. Either you cheated your partner in the past life, you killed them, you destroyed them, or your business partner, or you might be a politician, you might have been celebrity, you might have been an influential person. The world opposite to you is the 7th house, or your in-laws, family, you might have stolen the public wealth or done something wrong as being a very influential person, cheating in marriage, killing somebody, living somebody, and I think doing bad things behind their back. So that called 16th nakshatra Vattara, second cycle, is the very dangerous nakshatra. Lot of shock, surprised. You surprised somebody. 16th nakshatra is like a military or a convoy of a military is going through a road and a sudden ambush happens. You surprise somebody, attack with something like that. Like in India, we might have heard of a Pulwama attack happened in the 2019. A army convoy was going and suddenly somebody started attack. Okay, you might have been a robber, you might have been a thief, or you might have fooled somebody, kept your identity hidden and did something. Shocked, surprise create a lot of havoc in their life. You might have even be a part of killing somebody or removing somebody's history or something like that. So 16 nakshatra is literally a very bad indication at the time of a birth. These kind of things, I am not saying that everybody might have done, but somewhere, and that may be the reason you will come across lot many bad peoples in your life. Okay, some people say that I have that bad nakshatra but I am not feeling any such kind of things. You might have been not witnessing the mahadasha antardasha till that moment. Okay, but at certain level, whenever the antardasha of that planet comes, observe the things all around you. That will give you a lot of idea. That will come to you in a very different routes. So that was the second nakshatra as a Vattara, and in the Vattara cycle, that is the last 25th nakshatra, which will be somewhere falling in the 11th or 12th house. It's called the Manas Nakshatra. It's called Manas Nakshatra also, but it is the final third nakshatra in the Vattara cycle. It is called subconscious mind zone. You install somebody, you basically provoke somebody, you hided some information for somebody, you kept somebody under the darkness, you made somebody the slave in your life, you made them look like a mad people, you deliberately try to shut them through lot many ways, and you made them escape or something like that. You did something, so you kept somebody under the prison of false thought, false imagination, false history or something like that. Let's say you open NGO for old age people, children's, orphan, women, somebody. You are showing to the world we are doing charity, but behind that you are carrying out human trafficking activities, prostitution activity, child labor, and lot many things. Externally, you are taking money from the world sources, and you are doing such kind of activities behind the scenes. Because 12th house, all action behind the scenes, you don't let the world know what is the truth. So whenever the Mercury retrograde is sitting in the 25th nakshatra, you are doing a lot of pedophile kind of a tendencies, child prostitution, child labor. Lot of nowadays you can say hospitals are busy in the organ trafficking. Lot of virus activity, scientific activity, trying to harm the world, not trying to know the truth and something like that. This is on the mundane level. I am trying to tell you and give you an idea what can happen in the things. Okay. So this way you can understand that from your birth ascendant nakshatra, the 3rd, 12th and 21st, if at the time of the birth, no matter you are born in which ascendant, Mercury is the lord of the which house, that comes the secondary. But this is the unfinished agenda chapter in the good or bad way. Especially I have highlighted all the bad areas. 3rd, 12th, 21st, it is a problematic for you, but that's obstruction. That's not the completely punishment. You have to confront that, or you might have not faced the past life challenges. So in this life, whether until unless you don't confront, don't deal, it will not let you move into the next level of life. So your life will be spinning into one specific area where your retrograde Mercury is there. You will have miscommunication, people may not try to understand, or you may not be very logical, presentable, or you may be lacking information, something. So somewhere you have to go through lot many trials and applications, you might fail lot many times, then you recognize that. But this is the way you create a hurdle in somebody's life, so that hurdle becomes the part of your life up to a certain age. Let's say mostly Mercury retrogrades matured by the age of 32nd, but not necessary. If Mercury is sitting in this kind of nakshatra, 3rd, 5th, 7th, and their other nakshatra, it's a permanent evil in your chart. Even if it's your ascendant lord, 9th lord, 10th lord, it is not going to spare you. You don't have to look as just it's a Kendra Lord, Kun Lord. These are very general topic. Retrograde planet means from a very long time you are blatantly ignoring the responsibility attached to that, the good things attached to that. You have misused that. Okay, so in that way you need to understand that retrograde Mercury is a symbol of that. Now here I have seen all about the bad things, but I'll say the good things about that. Let's say in the past life you might have done hard work and somebody has destroyed your work. You were not able to enjoy the fruit of your hard work, reward, recognition. So retrograde Mercury can be very excellent also. Let's say it's sitting in the 2nd, 11th and 28th nakshatra, which are called the Sampat nakshatra. Your expansion, wealth, growth. These people can be a good singer, good speaker, good politician, good researcher. All of a sudden they can become super rich to their extraordinary, unique way of dealing with the things, innovating things, expansion, growth, as a teacher, as a social media creator, as a lot many other activities, financial experts, and lot many things. So Mercury placed in the second, 11th, 20th nakshatra, which is called Sampat nakshatra, which is the auspicious nakshatra. And if Mercury is sitting there, that means in the past life you might have done a good karma. That's a symbol of a good karma. You have not enjoyed that food. Let's say in the sixth nakshatra, let's say in the second, 11th, and 20th. Let's say in the 11th nakshatra, it might be somewhere falling between 5th and 6th house. In the past life, you might have won the competition, but you didn't got the name, fame, recognition, something. So in this life, you will get a lot of recognition, name, fame. You will be very battle hard and winning lot many competitions, battle in your life with minimum efforts. You will be very sharp in comparable to other people. The luck will bless you in that way. You are fortunate in that. So basically, Sampat Tara 2, 11, 20 is a favorable position. Then the 4, 13, and 22. These are the Chem Tara. It's a Sanskrit word Chem, means prosperity, settlement. It behaves moderately like a fourth house energy. So in the past life, you might have gone through lot many labor, trouble, hard work, but you were not able to establish or settle your family. So in this year, Nakshatra Mercury can make you exceptionally very talented, very skillful, very comfortable. You might have been born in a very well-to-do family, or somewhere the edge and environment will be there. You might get lot of hidden property, wealth, name, fame, business in easier way, in some way or other way. Okay. Then after 4, 13, 22, then we will come to the 6th, 15, 24. This is called the 6th, 15, 24 is the Siddhi Tara, achievement. It mostly behaves like the 9th house and 11th house. This can give you massive success, massive growth, massive gain in the life. But this counting needs to be done by yourself. I am not going to tell you here. Okay, 6, 15, 24 is a good nakshatra. Again, a massive grade. Then finally we come to the 8, 17, 28. That's a friendly Tara, Mitra Tara. Not very good, not very bad. Here also Mercury gives in generally good results. And the best of best will be 9, 18, 27, in which you have to exclude I think 18th nakshatra. That is one of the problematic nakshatra coming from the past. That's called the community nakshatra. So there I will not say it will be completely good, but it's a very tricky in the 18th nakshatra from your birth ascendant, which may sometimes fall in the 8th or 9th house. You might have done something wrong with the school, teacher, guru, astrologer, institutions. That's a very tricky affair. So in 18 nakshatra, in the 9, 18, 27, which is called Ati Mitra Tara, 9th is good, 27th is good, but 18th is conditions apply. Because that if falls somewhere between in the 8th house, you might have disrespected your guru, cheated your guru, bad behavior with the teacher, astrologer, sadhu, sannyasi, something you might have taken the knowledge. Let's say you might have heard the situation of Karna in the Mahabharata, who kept his identity hidden to the Parshuram to understand the bow and arrow technology, fighting, learning capacities and all those things. He kept his identity hidden and gained the knowledge through the fraudulent identity. He was not supposed to take admission in through that identity. So sometimes through deceit, through false, you try to achieve something from some guru, some teacher, you try to do something. And when he curses you that you cheated and took this knowledge, wisdom from creating falsehood and everything, at the difficult times you will lose all the knowledge and wisdom you have gained by deceit. So that is basically a tricky affair. That some kind of things might be there. Okay. So that way basically I have given you a rough idea currently, and everybody can relate it with it. During retrograde Mercury, especially for the people who don't have retrograde Mercury in their original chart, they should not carry out business, starting of a new business venture. They should avoid trying to do short journeys into some location, especially I think say northern direction. Mercury is the planet of northern direction in the birth chart. Okay. They should be very careful what they are speaking, what they are listening. They should not draw conclusion within the Mercury retrograde pace. Mercury happens to be retrograde for 3 times a year. It hardly stays retrograde for 24 days. Okay. So people should be very careful during that time. Avoid argument, avoid discussion. And as a remedial factor, if somebody asks me what should I do, that look, Mercury is associated with Lord Ganesha, is also there goddesses Durga is also associated with planet Mercury. You can chant the Ganesh Gayatri mantra, Lord Ganesha's Gayatri mantra 108 times every Wednesday, or goddesses Mahadurga's Gayatri mantra can be chanted on every Wednesday to have a proper solution coming to your life related to the Mercury retrograde. Okay, but can that erase your negative karma? I would like to say no. I'm not going to give you false hope. Conditions apply. For that, you can consult me for consultation. I'll do it professionally. Okay. If you want to learn astrology professionally, I have a lot of courses I am teaching online through Zoom video conference, one-to-one teacher-student interactive session. There are all paid courses, various levels. For communication, I drop my mobile number, WhatsApp number in the description. You can find my mobile number. You can WhatsApp me, and we can have a discussion there. Okay. So that was the basic idea given to you all. If you have any queries, any doubts, you can drop down in the comment section. And I think I'll be coming very soon. So those people who are watching my video and have not subscribed the channel, I request you to please subscribe the channel as a token of motivation to make sure this video reaches to most of the people, and put a like button so this video reaches to lot many people. Look, I am not here to scare or make unnecessary get somebody false hope. These are the very ancient and underrated technique called Navtara Chakra Paddhati through Nakshatra. That will give you the foundation of your planet at the time of the birth, and transit also needs to be seen through that way. Okay. For more details, you can WhatsApp me and call me for booking appointment for consultation, or booking your course time schedule or something. You can call me or WhatsApp me. Okay. That was for today, or coming soon in the next month.